So, I just filmed this whole thing, or so I thought, and it didn't save on my camera. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Hey, my name's Ankar. Welcome to my channel. I am here to talk to you about how I've lost 95 pounds in under a year. So, it all started for me. My weight has been a big issue my entire life. Your girl has struggled, okay? So ever since I was young, I struggled. I don't know a time in my life where I wasn't considered overweight or there wasn't somebody telling me that I need to go lose weight or work out or be in a sport or something. I've always struggled with my weight and it's always been a very defining and controlling factor in my life. So fast forward all these years from when I was a kid to when I was in my 20s, and just a couple years ago I hit my heaviest, which was 268 pounds. So that was huge for me. It was huge. I was unhealthy, I was heavy, I was struggling in a lot of different ways. I had health issues, I couldn't even get up like a flight of stairs without being out of breath. I became very lazy because I just didn't have the energy to do anything. It was rough, really, really rough. And I got to a point where I knew that I needed to do something, but I didn't. So I kept telling myself, Monday will come, Monday will come, Monday will come, and then you will start. Monday came and went, Monday came and went, Monday came and went, and I never did anything. Fast forward to 2016, I got engaged, and it was the happiest moment of my life. I knew at that point that I needed to do something because I didn't want to be unhealthy and looking the way that I did on my wedding day. I hated having pictures taken of me. I always took selfies of myself and I would edit them to make my face look skinnier and flawless, but anything from the neck down I absolutely hated. So I was really dreading getting married and having professional photos of myself and never wanting to look at them. And ultimately, I knew that I needed to get healthy. But again, yeah, Monday never came. And still began this vicious cycle. Now, how did I get to 268 pounds, you ask? I had a really unhealthy relationship with food. That's it, plain and simple. I had no idea when to stop. I would just eat, even when I wasn't hungry, and I ate absolute crap. I remember my sister and I would go and run errands for my mom or, just on our way home from work, and I'd make her take me through a drive-thru to get fast food. And not just fast food. I would get 2 burgers, poutine, and 3 orders of mozzarella sticks from Burger King. I mean, your girl could eat. Yeah. Surprised I never actually entered any eating contests. I probably would have won. So yeah, it was really bad. Really, really bad. For me, I still struggled. 2016 came and went. 2017 came. And in December of 2017, we went to Malaysia for my cousin's wedding. And I remember feeling really gross, really hot, really heavy, and that trip for me really made me aware of just how unhealthy I was because of the heat and not being able to wear cute things because I could only fit into plus size stores, so I could only fit into certain things and there was very limited selection. So I had to make with what I did. And I remember my mom had these extravagant outfits made for my cousin's wedding, and I remember looking at photos of myself after and I didn't feel beautiful. I felt horrible, I felt ugly, I felt fat, and just so unhealthy, especially compared to everybody else. And I got looks left, right, and center. I heard every comment under the sun about why I was so heavy, why I didn't work out, why I didn't eat healthier, why I didn't do this, why I didn't do that. Oh, if you lose the weight, you'll be more attractive. All these wonderful things that society loves to throw at us. So, got home in January 2018. My wedding was in August 2018. And I came home and I knew I had to do something. I was like, you know, I want to be cute. I want to look cute. I want to look good for my wedding. But Monday still never came. And I went back to my old crappy eating habits and telling myself that it was my last meal and that I would start and I'd eat healthy. And I never did. Until March. So my husband, fiance at the time, sent me some awesome YouTube videos and said, hey, I've been looking into this. This sounds like a really cool diet slash meal plan slash way of eating, and it seems to really work, and I think that, you know, it's something that you can do. So I looked into it and I started watching these videos, and sure enough, it was the keto diet. So let me tell you, I come from a household where I grew up on low-fat everything. Skim milk was my jam, okay? Low-fat yogurt, low-fat sour cream, low-fat everything. Margarine, not butter, everything. So to go from that to hearing about the keto diet, yeah, your girl was shook. Like, how does eating fat make me lose fat? Now let me break it down for you. The keto diet is a diet where, now, and I don't like to call it a diet because it's a way of eating for me and a lifestyle. And disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, I'm not an expert. This is simply what worked for me and some of the facts from the research that I've done. So, the way the ketogenic diet works is that it puts your body into a state of ketosis. Now, I know, big words, big words. So naturally on a day-to-day basis, if you're having, you know, the average diet of the North American citizen or wherever you live in the world, you eat carbs and sugar and protein and everything else, okay? So the way that your body works is that your body first burns carbs, then it burns sugar, then it burns protein, then it burns fat. The last two are interchangeable. So your body's not really burning a whole lot of fat. It's taking up a lot of energy to burn all those carbs that you're eating. So with keto, you cut out the carb, you cut out the sugars, and all that you're left with is fat and protein. So your body essentially goes into a state of ketosis and becomes a fat burning machine. So what does that mean? What do I eat? What do I do? Well, you eat a lot of full fat foods. So full fat cheese, full fat heavy cream, full fat sour cream, avocados, healthy fats, you know, proteins, steak, shrimp, beef. Your girl doesn't really like fish, but it's a good lean meat. Ham, pork, bacon, ding, ding, ding. Bacon is awesome, and keto loves bacon, bacon loves keto. It's all gravy. They go together like peanut butter and jam, both things which, well, you can't have jam on keto, but you can have full fat original peanut butter, just so you know, the good stuff. So yeah, so I totally switched my way of thinking. My mom went grocery shopping, looked at me like I was crazy, going, okay, how are you gonna lose fat if you're eating fat? It still didn't really make sense to me either, but I was like, Mom, let's try it. So she went out and bought all this full fat stuff, and I started doing the diet and eating the way that it said to, and within the first 5 days, I lost 10 pounds. Now, granted, these 10 pounds was my water weight and, you know, all the water weight that I'd been holding on to, but it was 10 pounds. And I hadn't lost that much weight in a really long time. I've never really yo-yoed with my weight. My weight's only just consistently gone up over the years. So for me, those first 10 pounds, water weight or not, were freaking amazing. And I felt great, and that pushed me to stick with it and do more. Now, understanding keto is a little bit tricky. There's so many different terms, macronutrients, net carbs, you know, swerve, Truvia, almond flour, all these different weird things and terms and foods and all that stuff that just, like, help a girl understand. So I went to ruledme.com, which I'll link down below, and I signed up for their 4-week accelerated weight loss meal plan. Now, these guys are lifesavers, and no, I'm not sponsored by them, but Rule Me, if you're watching and you want to sponsor me, hit your girl up. I just happened to stumble across it. I heard a lot of great reviews about it from different YouTubers, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna give it a go. Well, I got this package, and within this package was the 4-week meal plan, accelerated weight loss, a complete guide to keto, a cookbook, and more. And let me tell you, this guide to keto was like keto for dummies, which is what I needed because I wasn't getting it. So it really broke it down. The meal plan has a grocery list for every week. It breaks down each meal. It breaks down what to eat, what not to eat, what you should stay away from, etc., to a T, okay? So this was really foolproof, and it helped me get a solid grasp on keto. Now, within the first 4 weeks of doing this plan, I believe that I lost around 20 to 25 pounds. I can't remember the exact number. I wish that I had written that one down, but I didn't. But it helped me to really get a grasp and sense of what I needed to be doing. So after that 4 weeks, I was able to transition out. I mean, you can do the meal plan over and over. It's a different meal every day, which is awesome. I love that. And they're big on meal prepping, which got me in the kitchen more and cooking and really pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. And let me tell you, having to be able to read ingredients, read labels, and knowing what's going into my food and what's going into my body is huge. And I'm all the better for it. So even just simple things like that, you know, reading labels is huge, and knowing what you're putting into yourself. I had no idea the amount of things that had carbs, okay? Almost everything has a carb. But I had no idea that skim milk has like 15 grams of carbs. It's milk. How milk got carbs? Like, I just thought that carbs were things like bread and wheat and all that kind of stuff. So it was a huge learning experience for me. Now, I do eat carbs, but I eat carbs in the form of vegetables. Certain vegetables. I don't eat potatoes or yams because they're too starchy and high in carbs. I don't eat carrots or anything like that. But I eat a lot of Brussels sprouts, a lot of greens. And so that also helped me because I was still able to get the fats in, and which made me really full, which is why keto works, because you feel satiated. So your body feels full from eating all those fats, but you're getting in the proper nutrients and you're getting in whole good fats for your body that your body needs. So I don't eat sugar, like white processed, brown processed sugar. Don't eat any of that. That doesn't mean I don't have sweets. I do have sweets, and I sweeten things. I make them myself, and I sweeten things with stevia or Truvia, which is made from the stevia plant, and it's good natural sugars for you, but your body doesn't register it as sugar or on the glycemic index. So it's healthier for you instead of those processed sugars. So yeah, I mean, it was a big learning curve. And I mean, ruledme.com, which I'll link down below, it's a godsend because it really helped put everything in perspective and helped me understand how to calculate things and how to follow everything and get a real grasp on how everything works. Now, once I transitioned outside of that, I found a lot of awesome YouTubers, and you can find keto meals everywhere online. I'm not even joking. You could literally put in, how do I make chicken parmesan keto? And a chicken parmesan keto recipe will pop up. P.S. One of the first recipes for the week in the meal plan, in the accelerated meal plan, is keto chicken parmesan. And it's so good. Okay? It's amazing. So, yeah, super easy. There's so many resources out there. So I did this, and I started in March. By my wedding, which was August 3rd, 2018, I lost 57 pounds. My goal was to lose 50 for my wedding, and I surpassed that by 7 pounds, and I lost 57 pounds. And I looked and felt amazing. I look back on those photos, and I am now smaller, and I've lost more weight, but I look back on those photos, and I feel amazing. As of today, I'm now down 95 pounds, and my first big goal is 100 pounds, and I'm only 5 pounds away from that, and I did it all in under a year. So yeah, I feel freaking great, and I am just such an advocate for this way of life because I did a lot of different things I've tried a lot of different things and they never worked for me. I just really loved foods, and I loved fatty foods like sour cream, and cheese, and bacon, and avocados, and things like that. So to be able to work within a diet that allows me to eat all of that stuff, and lose weight is incredible to me. And I love it. And like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, I'm not a keto expert. This is just what worked for me. And it's still working for me. And I absolutely love it. And I've lost 95 pounds. I started this journey as a plus size in clothing. I was a plus size 22 to 24 in my jeans. I'm now a size 10 to 12 in my jeans, depending on the style and where it's from. And I was a size 2 to 3X, so in plus size. And I'm now a medium to large in my tops. So that's pretty freaking awesome. I haven't been this healthy or tiny or small since I was in high school. I can't even remember when the last time I was this, fit, but it feels amazing and I love it. And I'm not a doctor, but I have worked with my doctor on this throughout my journey. I have regular checkups and blood work done, and I've made sure that throughout the process that I've remained healthy on the inside as much as I have on the outside, and that everything is flowing really well together. So it's really great that I had that support, and not only support from, a medical professional, but support from my family, my friends, and also all the support that I've received on social media. I can't even begin to thank you all for all the love and your comments and your messages. Every day I'm flooded with messages just of people telling me how I've inspired them. And that's the whole reason for this, for me starting these videos, is because of all of you that have messaged me. And I just want to inspire others as others have inspired me. And if you think that this sounds like it's the way for you, then hey man, jump on it and stay tuned for more videos. But it's what works for you. Everybody has an individual journey and everybody's got their own personal thing, and I'm definitely not one to bash somebody else's way of eating or way of life, or if you're an avid fitness workout junkie, all the power to you. And and all the power to the person that does Atkins or paleo or Dr. Bernstein, because, at the end of the day, as long as we're getting healthy, that's all that matters. And being healthy, that's all that matters. And that's why I did this, to be healthy and to be able to be there for future little me's. And to just help inspire others to be the best version of themselves, because that's what this is all about, being the best version of yourself. So yeah, I hope that answered some of your questions. I've got a lot of different questions, and I'm gonna have to break it up into videos, separate videos, because I could talk about this for days, and I don't think YouTube would let me upload a video that's about 5 days long. So I'll break it down. But that's the gist of me, my story, my background, where I'm at now, how I lost 95 pounds in under a year, soon to be 100, and just to answer some of those messages that I've received, because it's so wonderful talking to each and every one of you, but it's definitely easier to put this out in a broad spectrum for everyone. And yeah, I look forward to sharing more with you and getting a little bit more in depth of what I do, what I eat, because that's a very popular one, and everything else. If you have specific comments on videos or questions or topics that you would like for me to cover, feel free to put that down below, and I will definitely try my best to get all that out. And yeah, I will definitely also link my socials down below, so feel free to follow me on Instagram and follow my journey as well. And I'll try to share some more before and after photos of 95-pound heavier me and now. So thanks for staying tuned, and thanks for watching, and thanks for joining me on this crazy keto journey.